Serving LGBTQIA plus teens in the library by Kayla Cost, Bailey Kahn, Miranda Loper, and Hannah Boyer. In our beginning section, this first book list is the Rainbow Project book list, which discusses LGBTQ issues and themes and includes titles for members of the LGBTQ young adult community, such as bisexual, lesbian, gay, transgender, and questioning. This book list contains the years 2008 to 2018, consisting of a decade's worth of content. A highlighted book from this book list is Georgia Peaches and Other Fruit, a 2017 winner, which discusses a teen who moves to a small Georgia town but is forced to stay in the closet to appease her religious minister father. Another title from the Rainbow Project book list includes Parrotfish, a 2008 winner. This novel tells the story of a brave trans teen who comes out to his family and friends and the backlash that he faces. Another LGBTQ plus book list includes the Stonewall Awards book list, which, like the Rainbow Project book list, also centers around LGBTQ plus experiences and community, but it focuses mostly on young adults. It is sponsored by the American Library Association's Rainbow Roundtable. This book list is the older of the two, as it was started back in 1971 and is still active. Both of these book lists are excellent ways to represent and serve LGBTQ plus teens in the library, as representation is extremely important for marginalized groups. One of the best ways to make teens feel included is to include and accept book lists that allow LGBTQ plus teens to see themselves in literature. If transgender, gay, bisexual, or questioning teens are able to read about themselves or what they are going through in their stories, instead of consistently seeing only straight stories or heterosexual stories, they may feel more accepted and safe in the library. LGBTQ Reads is an extensive book list of curated recommendations for children, middle grade, and young adult readers. The books are separated into sections like fiction, nonfiction, graphic novels, poetry, representation, trope, and setting. Titles by Black, Indigenous, or people of color are highlighted, and a key is provided to guide readers to books with specific identities and themes. Hundreds of titles are featured, and every title has either been read by the editor or has been recommended by someone she trusts to make quality recommendations. Adler is an author, editor, and book blogger. The Diverse Families Bookshelf's goal is to bridge the gap between readers and books and to identify titles that mirror the wide range of diverse readers and unique familial unit characteristics. This website acts as a finding tool for those readers with many inclusive titles all gathered in one convenient spot. This bookshelf also seeks to connect children and teens with literature that reflect and validate their life experiences while depicting growing diversity within families. In the same manner, revealing new titles and ideas to readers of multiple backgrounds helps to build empathy for other cultures and life experiences other than their own. The most recent winner of the Stonewall Book Award is The Great Believers by Rebecca Makkai. It features Yael Tishman as the main character, and it discusses the AIDS crisis as he is caught up in the center. It is also a finalist for the Pulitzer Prize and won the ALA Carnegie Medal. Our second book is Mooncakes by Suzanne Walker and illustrated by Wendy Xie. It features a story of love and demons, family, and witchcraft between a young witch and a young werewolf. It has been nominated for the Hugo Award for Best Graphic Story and the Goodreads Choice Awards Best Graphic Novel and Comics. Additionally, both characters are Chinese American. Our third book is Sawkill Girls by Claire Legrand. It follows three very different girls on a fantastic journey to find answers about their home and themselves. It is an award-winning novel that has been critically acclaimed for its inclusive representation of bisexual and asexual characters, both of which are underrepresented within LGBTQ plus works. Self-Censorship and Selection of LGBTQ-Themed Materials by Karen Antel, Molly Strothman, and Jennifer Downey. This article discusses the lack of availability of LGBTQ materials and collections in libraries. According to Antel and Downey, librarians may have difficulty finding LGBTQ books, which is why book lists are so important, and they should be educated on where to look. Book lists such as the Stonewall Book Awards list, the Rainbow list, and the Over the Rainbow list are excellent places to start. The article also states that between 3 to 10% of any community may be a member of the LGBTQ community, and if so, these communities deserve representation in their libraries. Overcoming Social Exclusion in Public Library Services to LGBTQ and Gender Variant Youth by Tracy Robinson. This article addresses the vital need to meet LGBTQ information needs in public library efforts. It outlines the lack of LIS research presented on this subject, the effects of excluding the involuntary, often invisible patron minority, and the service realms in which the exclusion currently persists. After articulating the library service issues, some suggestions for improved practices are summarized in an effort to move toward more inclusive public library communities. Defending Intellectual Freedom, LGBTQ Materials in Public and School Libraries by Allie Stevens and Caitlin Frick. The ALA Emerging Leaders Program was tasked with creating a resource guide to building and safeguarding LGBTQ collections for school and public libraries. This guide includes resources for handling things such as implicit bias, identifying community stakeholders and partners, policies for both collection, development, and challenged materials, and procedures and practices for conversations with concerned adults. This resource is meant to be used for developing and protecting all diverse and inclusive collections. Building and safeguarding your school's LGBTQ collection. This is the resource guide previously mentioned in the scholarly article before. The guide was turned into an easy-to-read graphic for quick help, and the full resource guide can be found on ALA's website under American Association of School Librarians webpage for free. This is an invaluable resource for building, defending, and promoting your LGBTQ collections. The Family Acceptance Project is a great resource for educators and caregivers to learn how to give LGBTQ children the support they need. This project is a research, intervention, education, and policy initiative that works to prevent health and mental health risks for this community. Through the program, training and consultation are provided to ethnically, racially, and religiously diverse families throughout multiple countries in support of their children. Some of the featured pages on the website include publications, posters, family videos, training, research, and other resources for families and/or educators who are dedicated to the success of these youth. The American Library Association's GLBT Roundtable has developed a toolkit to help librarians better serve their LGBTQ patrons. The document itself contains useful information about a variety of topics, such as how to create a safe, welcoming space and how to show support while also respecting the patron's privacy. It also includes quite a few links to additional resources such as book lists and sample collection development policies. Programming creates a sense of community by encouraging patrons to interact as they explore their interests. Interactive displays and other types of passive programming may appeal to teens who are more introverted and do not have the time to participate in scheduled events. Active programming, such as book discussions and guest speakers, allows teens to develop friendships and share their thoughts with others. Representing LGBTQ teens in both types of programming shows that they are valued and supported, and it is an excellent way to make them feel welcome at the library. Coinciding with Pride Month, GLBT Book Month is an excellent time for libraries to engage with LGBTQ teens with library services. However, there are many other holidays, anniversaries, and awareness days throughout the year. Libraries can honor these days by offering programs, creating displays, and highlighting relevant materials. When most people think of libraries, they think of books. However, movies are also an important part of a library's collection, and librarians should be sure to represent LGBTQ plus teens in their film collections as well. Although LGBTQ plus teens are still underrepresented, in recent years there has been an increasing number of YA books with LGBTQ plus characters being adapted into films. Providing materials in multiple formats ensures that the library is able to provide information and entertainment for the widest possible community of users. Whichever format they prefer, it is important for LGBTQ plus teens to see themselves represented in the pages or on screen. Movie tie-ins may also be useful for showing reluctant readers that there are books that reflect their interests.